There are lots of different genres of books, and they have different benefits, academic benefits for kids. And Usborne has put a lot of research into the different books to make sure that their books pop out to kids, that they find them irresistible, that the books and the learning. I'm starting out with picture books. Picture books have simple text, lots of pictures. It helps kids delve into situations, different cultures, different times in history. And then they also use color and shape and form and lines combined with words to help tell that story even better. So this is one our family is loving, the Fairy Tales for Little Children. It has a whole bunch of different stories all in one, and the pictures are just gorgeous. These bright colors, vivid, and the fun retellings of the stories too. Once upon a time, there's a little girl called Little Red Riding Hood who always wore a ruby red cloak. I love the way it swishes and sways. She lived near a deep, dark forest where her mother kept bees. So there's some fun little details in these stories that you don't hear in all of them. And they're just great retellings and good lessons that can be learned in this one. And lots in that one collection, one combination of lots of stories in that one book. Another picture book we're loving is Pandamonia, and this one is so fun to read aloud. It's one of my favorites, and it's just, it reminds me a lot of kids, how they interact, and it's all takes place in a zoo. So you're here at the zoo on this glorious day. You're sure to have fun. It's a great place to play. Come in, look around, relax, and explore. Inside you'll find there are creatures galore. You'll have a magnificent time at the zoo. Just don't wake the panda, whatever you do. If you wake up the panda, he gets very grumpy, which hypes up the hippos and makes them all jumpy. When the hippos get jumpy, they usually hop, and once they begin, they are tricky to stop. These hippos create such a hullabaloo, so don't wake the panda, whatever you do. The vocabulary is fun, the story is fun, the pictures are great, and you feel like you're just right in that zoo in that experience. Another one, The Prince, the Witch, and the Thief and the Bears. In our family, we call it PWTB because it's such a long title, but it's so fun. This is a great bedtime story. It's a frolic through storytelling. There's Jamie and his dad. Jamie's asking his dad to tell him a story, and he has different characters he wants in it. But then he asks questions. He wants to know what's happening. And it's great for kids to know that it's okay. They can ask questions and change up the story, and their decisions affect the story, their decisions and choices. And there's a witch in here that turns some animals into jello and some into statues, stone statues. And there's just fun surprises and ninja that happen along the way. And it leads all up to this great climax, and it leaves room for a sequel, which we're hoping happens. So that's another great picture book. Along the same lines, chapter books have that same capability to transport kids to a different place, to a different world. One great one is the MAPMAKER Chronicles. There's 3 in this series. Quinn is the main character, and he is out on a quest to map the whole world, and there's a big prize that the king has put up. So he faces sea monsters and other competitors, and there's just a lot of adventure in that one. Impossible Quest, there's 5 characters that work together to use their powers to save their kingdom. That one has a lot of adventure and fantasy feel in that one too. Clockwork Sparrow, this one has turn of the century, it's in England, and it has some Nancy Drew aspects too. So it's historical and mystery all mixed together. There's lots in that one. Bear GRYLLS, he is writing children's books, and they have a life lesson and a survival skill to learn in each one. And there's a variety of characters in these books. It's just some great different habitats to learn about. There's sea and jungle and a blizzard, a volcano, just a lot of great habitats and background settings for those stories. Billy and the Mini Monsters, this one's bright colored, lots of different colors. This one has these little mini monsters that fit in his pocket, and they teach him different values and also lead him into some trouble too. So those are a fun, hilarious book as well. EJ12, this is Emma Jacks. She is a spy, and she's also a normal kid. So she has some different adventures, and the things that she learns on her spy missions are the things that she needs in everyday life, the skills and the talents. So there's some things dealing with nerves, there's bullying, and she's able to use those skills and the different things that she does as a spy to help her in her everyday life. So it's just a few of the chapter books. We have a whole bunch of chapter books. Another genre, flat books. These ones are great. They add levels of learning because they're digging through those levels. They're engaging, they encourage participation, and it involves kids in the reading experience. These are great for kinesthetic learners. So here's one of the new ones, Lift the Flap Engineering. And it has flaps that they can read all about the different aspects of engineering. I love that these aren't just, normal flaps. You have some that are different sizes and different sections, and you're learning about propulsion and rockets. And there's just a lot in these different areas, gadgets and machines. There's so much to discover and learn in the engineering one. And there are lots of other different ones too. This one my kids love, the Lift the Flap General Knowledge. They're studying about different places around the world, different cultures, different areas, different living things. And you can learn all about how blue whales eat tiny sea creatures called krill, and it can eat to 40 million krill each day. A lot of times when they tell me these crazy fun facts, it's something that they've learned in one of these flap books. Like karaoke means empty orchestra in Japanese, and the Beatles are the best-selling band of all time, and the best-selling solo recording artist of all time is Elvis Presley. You know, these important things that kids need to know. And there's just a whole bunch. They spend hours in these flap books. Another great one, See Inside Your Body. It has information about different parts of the body. We have breathing, pumping blood, muscles, and bones. And there's just lots of flaps, and some of them have flaps within flaps to learn about the different aspects and the different areas of the body, right in this one right here. So and there's a whole bunch of different flap books based on lots of different topics. There's Shakespeare, Seen Inside His World, and just a lot of different question answers about the body, about the world, about science. There's a whole bunch of those. So whatever your kid is enjoying, there's probably a flap book that they will love. Now, coloring books, these stimulate brain areas related to motor skills, to the senses, and creativity. And there's a whole variety of these as well. This is one that has a lot of different things all in one. It's drawing, doodling, and fashion. Drawing, doodling, and coloring fashion. There's a regular drawing, doodling, coloring, just plain one too. I want to show you just a little peek inside this one. This one they can design outfits, accessories. They can doodle a shop, lots of different clothes in this one, hairstyles, shoes and hats, and there's just a whole bunch to design in this one. It has little tips and tricks on graphic design, interior design in the fashion as well in that book. All right, step-by-step drawing. This one is a great book. It's kind of like a coloring book because they can draw right inside here, but it teaches them how to draw these different things, and it's just step-by-step, walks them right through it. This is the one I use for lunch notes for my kids. For my husband too. It's fun to get a lunch note with a rocket or a leopard or, whatever you're drawing here. And there's a whole bunch. There's also drawing animals and drawing people in the same series, and dinosaurs as well. So there's great scenes in the back, but putting it all together, this is a great one for inspiring that creativity. Sticker books, and these are great for active learning. They help kids associate words with objects, and it builds vocabulary and classifying. And there's a whole variety of these as well. This one right here has some great scenes where you might find unicorns, a forest, a mythical forest, or maybe in a secret garden, a magical cave. There's all these different scenes, settings, and then these stickers that they get to put right on that page. And these are perforated, so you can pull them out and stick it right next to it. This one here has some iridescent, rainbow, shiny metallic stickers on the unicorns as well. But they can pull out that page and stick it right next to it and just do it. The stickers are residue free, which means that they do not leave anything behind. So if they get left on the car window or the kitchen table or the floor or the dog, those just peel right off and they don't leave anything behind, which is my favorite feature, of course, as a mom. But there's a whole variety of sticker books too. Here's Build Your Own Fantasy Warriors. This one has different warriors and their stats. And then it has the different pieces that you can build right onto those warriors. There's other ones, superheroes and robots and spaceships and lots of different ones there. This one is a fashion design sticker book. So it has some different, there's one for each season, and it has the color schemes and the different fabric swatches. And then it has the stickers that they can put on the pages. And then some of those stickers are blank, so they get to color them in, and they learn about the fashion design as they're doing that sticker book as well. So that's one more genre. Reference books. These ones are great for go-to on any different topic that they're studying, whether it's math or science, or they want to look up things about certain animals. These encyclopedias, there's history and geography and science as well. They're a little bit bigger for those ones. And this one's a children's encyclopedia that has just a whole variety of topics. And the text here is in little chunks, so they can learn just a little bit or a lot. Here's storms and floods. A lot of kids are fascinated by those. And they can learn a little bit about tornadoes or about monsoons. Or if they want to just sit and read page after page after page, they can learn about lots of things in these encyclopedias. And it's great for discovering new favorite things or learning more about things that they love, different subjects. We love these encyclopedias. Another great series are these beginner readers. They're hardcover. They have pictures throughout. They have the text as well as those great interactive pictures that they can see. And this is also great for for kids learning about different topics, and there's a whole bunch of these different ones too, these beginner readers. Lots of animals and science topics on those. Another great reference one are these pocket books. Lots of different animals. There are mammals and reptiles and insects, and this is one of the newer ones, the ocean animals. And they can read about it, and then there's a little fact file. So they can learn about all these different animals that live by the ocean, or, you know, whatever pocketbook they're digging into. And kids love these. These are great for backpack size, sticking in a pocket, jacket pocket, and taking around with them. Those are good for summertime, school time, anytime. All right, the last genre category we're going to talk about today is nonfiction. And these ones are straightforward, easy to understand. It has a lot of great material for kids, beautiful illustrations, factual text for them to learn. This is a new Turn and Learn one. This is about weather, and it has these pages where you just slide that turner and the picture changes into something else. Also set up in little chunks of text. So this one's all about the sun, and then as you turn, that picture right there turns into a different scene. And so it's an interactive one, but nonfiction, lots that they can learn about the sun, about shadows, and how plants need the sun. This one's about rain and clouds and extreme rain, and then once you turn that page, that picture, you have the rainbow right there. This one is about wind, so you can see how extreme wind, so like right here, it says the U.S. experiences the most tornadoes. Extreme wind can destroy houses and vehicles. So they can learn about hurricanes and cyclones and typhoons and rogue waves and all of that in there. Snow and ice, we have this section, and they can turn it and learn even more. So these are great reference books, and also nonfiction. A lot of these will like mix in between the different categories and interactive. So wonderful to see all the different parts in one book. This one, 1,000 Things Under the Sea. There's other categories in this. Things That Go is a really popular one too. But this one has the different sections, and then this is just full of pictures of different places. Like this is all a coral reef, the animals that would live in a coral reef. And so it's a great springboard for learning more about other ones. So they can like look here and be like, oh, a psychedelic frogfish, and then look that up in an encyclopedia or online and find out even more about these different animals. And there's just a whole bunch that they can see just in different categories in that one book. All right, and our last one, this is one of our new pop-up books, and I love these because they are fiction and nonfiction in the same book. Whoop. So you have these pop-up pictures that show like this, and it just comes right out at you. And then they have a little bit about the different animals, and then a little bit of poetry in there as well, so you can learn about them. Like here we go. There's always a meerkat on guard duty while others forage for food, and they live in burrows with up to 50 other meerkats. So you learn a little bit about them. But then over here, this clan of meerkat stands up tall to peer above the burrow wall. They seek adventure, food, and fun beneath the hot savanna sun. And so far, there's the savanna. Right here, you get that final whole habitat picture. And there's also a mountain one as well. So these are great for kids to interact and to learn. And just one more category where they can have that factual text and beautiful illustrations to fill their brains with lots of good stuff.